A lot of men hold the mentality that they're kings. A lot of men hold the mentality that they're destined for greatness. Maybe they've watched one or two self-development videos, they've gotten a dopamine high, and they believe themselves to be a high-value man because of the things that they've seen. They believe that it's unlocked a part of themselves that's been sleeping for so long. So they're going to go on and achieve greatness. 90% of the time, that doesn't happen. They simply just watch the self-development video, get a dopamine high, and then fall back into whatever bad habit got them there in the first place. Whether it's watching adult content, whether it's smoking, whatever it may be, they always fall back into the pit of degeneracy. 90% of them. You've somehow convinced yourself that you're meant for so much greatness, and yet you've done nothing. You haven't shown anyone anything. You haven't shown yourself anything. But we're meant to believe that you're meant to rule on a throne made of gold, silver, diamonds, when you've accomplished nothing. All you're capable of doing is gathering a bunch of sticks and making a chair, as it currently stands. And typically, not a lot of people strive to change that. Let's take a series like Game of Thrones. Let's use this for an example, right? Now in Game of Thrones, there's peasants, there's pawns, there's knights, and of course there are kings. But the kings are very few. They're very few. Nobody understands the sacrifices spiritually, mentally, physically to get into these high-ranking positions. Everyone wants to climb the social ladder. Every single person, you can go read any kind of fictional fantasy, they all want to climb the social ladder, and yet they can't because that's life. Life will humble you. Life will teach you humility. And look, I understand you wanting to be a king. I understand your desires, the money, the power, the recognition, the validation, the woman too. You want all of it. It's great. Everybody looks at the king. Everybody praises the king. But not everyone's going to make it. And that's okay, because there's another piece that comes into play. The bishop. Nobody pays attention to the bishop, and yet he can change the game from a completely different angle. And that's the advice that I've learned to take on board. See, a lot of people have this perception that success comes from doing more. And it's pretty damaging for the most part. I know a lot of you guys who are watching this video may consume a lot of self-development content. I think that's the reality for most of you guys, right? I used to do it. I know a few of you guys do it as well. Now, the problem with self-development content is a lot of it is BS. And for the most part, right, taking on this grind bro mentality isn't going to help you. The reason why I say it isn't going to help you is because if the thing that you're pursuing isn't really your passion, you're not going to experience large success in that field. I want you to know that, because there's going to be a guy who absolutely loves doing what you hate, and he's going to wreck you each and every single time. Coming back to what I was saying, I used to think that I had to grind more, put more hours in, take life a whole lot more seriously. I wrote about this in my journal. Why don't I feel more tired for the work that I'm doing? Does this mean I deserve less? Absolutely not. You can consistently do the wrong thing for months, years, decades even. You can continually do the wrong thing, all because you don't realize that it's not making a huge impact on your life. You can become so caught up in the work that you're doing that you don't take a step back to realize, hold on, I don't actually enjoy what I'm doing. What I'm doing doesn't really make an awful lot of sense. When I look at it from all angles, away from this short segment, it's that struggle doesn't automatically mean success. It doesn't. I'm sorry to break it to you. I'm sorry to break everything that those self-development guys have taught you. But struggle does not equate success. If you take a look at the bishop, he gives a 6 out of 10 effort in comparison to the king, who's giving a 10 out of 10 effort. The king moves one step at a time. The bishop is free to do whatever he pleases, so long as he somewhat plays by the rules. I'm telling you, a lot of you don't want the burden of being the king. The king has to be cautious all of the time. Yes, he may hold a lot of prestige. Yes, it may look like his position is fun. But moving one step at a time because you have to be cautious is such a dangerous position. It's a great position, but it's also a very dangerous position. Whereas the bishop doesn't have ego. The bishop utilizes mentors. The bishop utilizes networking events. The bishop asks for help. because he's not egotistical. He's egotistical perhaps when he needs to be, but he knows when to humble himself. He knows when to borrow experience. Life isn't one big competitional game to see who can struggle the longest, who can struggle the most. It's all about positioning. It's all about positioning. I've been thinking about this the wrong way the entire time, and I just feel like I had to share this with you. I gave this analogy on TikTok, but even a river understands this. A river won't try to smash through the same mountain repeatedly. It will quickly find another route. It will always find another route. And even when it does, it always finds its way to the ocean. You don't need to prove to the world why you're important. You don't. You don't need to waste energy doing that. You just need to position yourself where the next move is. That's all you have to do. I think this is what a lot of you needed to hear. This is like an anti-grindset mindset post or YouTube video. Yeah, we'll go with YouTube video. It's an anti-grindset mindset YouTube video. I think that a lot of you are chasing a crown that was never really meant to be yours, and hopefully this video wakes you up to the realities of chasing the crown. And I mean, look man, just take a look at Game of Thrones. I think we've all watched Game of Thrones here. Every single person who sits on that damn Iron Throne ends up going insane. And if you don't watch Game of Thrones, have a look at the people running the world and tell me with a straight face, they're not insane. I promise you, you don't want that burden. I think the best thing that you can do for yourself is just become valuable, both to yourself and to the people around you. The people who will position themselves the best will make it long before the people who are pretending to be kings or the people who are trying to be kings. That's my personal opinion. I think my opinion is fact as per usual. But I think this is advice that will greatly benefit a lot of you guys. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. Share it to a friend and family member who you think may need to see and hear this video. And if you guys want to join a community full of like-minded people on the path of self-development, and I'll leave a link down below to the Kaizen Club, as well as the comment section down below. I messed that up completely. What I meant to say is I'll leave a link down below for the Kaizen Club in the description and the comment section. Yeah, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm tired. Good night. God bless. Good night.